Welcome to Inner Alchemy with George Stuby, Trauma, Healing and Plant Medicine. The podcast where we explore what it means to heal, grow and transform from the inside out. In these special interview episodes, I sit down with artists, with healers, with visionaries to talk about their personal journeys, the shadows they have faced, and the wisdom they have gathered. From altered states to everyday rituals, these conversations are an invitation to remember who we truly are. I'm George Stuby, a psychologist and musician specializing in the trauma-informed work with plant medicines and with somatic psychology. Welcome to this podcast. I'm super happy to sit here today together with Premo, and Premo is called a celestial singer by her guru, and Premo has been singing for sanghas, so for spiritual communities, for over 50 years. And we met in the sangha of Shanty Mayi. I'm super happy to be here with you today, Premo.
Very wonderful. Thank you for inviting me.
Absolute pleasure. And right before we pressed record, you told me that that you learned a lot of your singing through like copying the Beatles and copying like records that you were listening to early on.
Yeah, I was kind of obsessed with singing like exactly as good as I thought the person sang who I wanted to copy.
Wow.
So that became a little bit more advanced as I grew older. Now, taking a challenge. Like, I don't know if you know Jarreau. You know Jarreau?
The name rings a bell, but I don't have the context right now.
Well, that's kind of very R&B and jazz, and he also sings solos. So there I learned a lot. That was really nice. Yeah.
Wow.
And I sang with a very famous singer-songwriter, Ramse Shafi, very, very well-known singer-songwriter, Dutch, but also actor.
Yeah.
And he actually left his profession to be with Osho, and the whole Holland was very sad about that.
Yeah.
But I was very happy because I was with Osho, so he came to me actually,
Wow.
and I had a chance to sing with him. He's very authentic, and he told me, he said, "Please, Premo, please never take a singing teacher, because this flower has to bloom by itself."
Wow.
So I think 30 years passed, and then I got a singing teacher, and that was a woman called Etta Cameron, African-American woman who I went to an audition to sing in a gospel choir. I thought that would be really wonderful to sing, and I got the job. So I sang with her and the band, and in the beginning we were 11 singers for about 12 years until she died. Yeah.
Huh.
And she was famous in Denmark, so we traveled a lot. We toured a lot. Yeah.
And how was it after all those years then to have a singing teacher?
Wonderful. But she didn't really teach, but she was such an example that it was more like she pulled it out of me, because I was a very deep voice, as you can hear. I have a deep female voice, so I was the second alto.
Wow.
In between the men and the women. You need this kind of depth in your choir. Yeah. That was absolutely wonderful. I was kind of allergic to churches until I came there, because I was raised by Osho.
Mm-hmm.
And he was very much against the institution church. So I was also like, I was influenced by that. But then when I went in to sing in churches and to see all the beautiful people and how taken they were by, the song of God,
Mm-hmm.
then I changed my mind. I said, no. I mean, I will never go to church every Sunday, but the people who worked there, the priests, the people who visited, everybody was just wonderful. So,
I guess there's a big similarity within like devotional music.
oh, absolutely. Absolutely. So this Etta Cameron was knighted by the Dutch Queen for bringing
Mhm.
spirituality back to the church.
Wow.
Because when she came, everybody came, And I'm talking about sometimes 10,000 people.
Wow.
Yeah, on festivals and things like
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, I've experienced gospel music in church settings and like Afro-American churches, and like the energy is just incredible.
Yeah, but when she came to Denmark, she actually escaped from East Germany, was still existing East Germany.
Hmm.
Um, and she started working and asking the ministers to sing in the church. They were kind of really watching her because Denmark, the church, you didn't clap, you didn't, you were not really happy like that,
Yeah.
Yeah, so they had to look over her text and all that, if it was okay to sing gospel music in Danish churches. Yeah, yeah. But it all worked out so well that in the end she was knighted by the Queen. So now everybody is just totally in. She died, but everybody was very happy with her. You know.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was curious to know, like, how did you connect with Osho? Like, how did you meet him or the Sangha? Like, how did that happen?
Yeah, I met him. That was very early on. Yeah, I read some books of Carlos Castaneda.
Yeah,
Carlos. Yeah,
yeah, I know. Yeah.
and I was very impressed by that. I actually wanted to find Don Juan in. I think he was in Mexico. But I mean, these books were never said to be like, they were still fiction. It's not really known what was real and not real.
Hmm.
And then, so that would be a long journey to find him. And then suddenly Osho appeared on the stage. And I thought, well, I could just, and he said some of the things I read about him was the same as this Don Juan in this
Hmm.
book. And then I thought, okay, I'm going to India.
Wow.
And I did. And many people in Holland became Osho disciples. So you saw orange people everywhere. It was just kind of a fashion you could say like
Yeah.
it was the first really big. I'm not sure if I'm right, but as far as I know, it was the first very big spiritual movement there in the 70s.
Hmm.
Everybody went to India, to Osho. Yeah.
And when in what was he based in a specific place in India
In
at that
Pune.
time?
Pune.
In Pune. Yeah.
Pune. It's more south.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you started to sing also in that Sangha in that context.
Yeah, but that was not so easy because, you know, with Shanty Mayi, we were like max to 200 people or something. But with Osho, we were like every day 10,000 people. Yeah. So, And I didn't know at that time that I was a singer, actually. I just enjoyed the music group and, people who were leading that. And it was all very modern, and drums and bass. And it was not like in Indian spiritual music. It was Western people singing their hearts out and dancing a lot. It was wonderful. Yeah. Yeah, it was first years later because Osho was in 1980. He left India.
Yeah.
80 or 81. He left India, and then the whole scene moved to America.
Yeah.
And I started to live in Osho community in Amsterdam. So we visited America. I think I was there 3 times in Oregon. And but in the community in Amsterdam, I started to sing for the people who lived there. And that was also about 200-300 people. Yeah. So that's how it, and we started a band,
Amazing.
And then it's Ramse Shafi came, and because he was so famous, we had access to all the theaters and all the, we could play in the whole country. Yeah. That was nice. Yeah, that was very nice. Yeah. And then Osho died, so yeah. And then I played in. Then I thought I would really like to have like a so-called normal life, because my adult life had always been spiritual, and spiritual people tend to be also very emotional. The Osho people were very, very rough with each other sometimes, and things happened around this organization, which we found out, which were not so nice at all, not nice at all. You can watch I think there's a 6-part documentary on Netflix about this.
Yeah, I've watched parts of that, yeah.
Yeah, so then you also heard that there was many complications. He was put out of the country, he went to jail, he went back to India. Yeah. So I was there once more. And then someone had said to me, Premo, you have been singing for the so-called empty chair for years, not in Osho's physical presence. So why don't you ask people in the music group if you can sing in the band for him every day in satsang. That took me 3 weeks. I was banging on the door, or knocking on the door in the beginning, but in the end I was banging and falling on my knees in tears in front of the leader, Milarepa, and said, I've been singing for 10 years for Osho. You have the privilege to be with him and live with him. I come for a visit. Can't you please add me to this band? And I know I can do it, I said, no. And in the end he said, well, we have an audition. So why don't you come to the audition? And then he had lined up 50 people. And their soundboard was so big, they all had their own microphone. It's really weird, So, and then they started the band, and there were like 1,000 people also, because everybody walks in and out to sing and dance. And then he picked me out. So I said, how did you hear that? How could you? Yes, he could hear that. So I had the privilege and the honor and the joy to sing for Osho for about 2 months or something like that.
Wow.
And then I had to leave. The band didn't want to they said, you have to come back within 6 weeks. But that didn't happen. And then he died, And then I thought, I want to have a normal life. I want to have just alive. Maybe, I find a band, just a funk band, something, normal. Not so holy or emotional or just a little bit more in the world. So, and that happened too.
That happened too, yeah?
Yes, that happened. Yeah. The funk R&B band, Jack. Yeah. So I went to some festivals and fell in love with the guitarist, and we conceived a child together, and
Wow.
and he's now 34, 35.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
And then you met Shanty Mayi and got back into more spiritual.
Yeah, I got very thirsty.
Yeah.
Incredibly thirsty. The marriage was not so, I didn't fit into kind of a normal standard family constellation. No. So I became very thirsty again for a guru. And then my mother was also with Osho. My sister was also with Osho.
Oh, wow. Okay, so
Yeah.
the whole family.
Yeah, the whole family. Yeah. And after his death, my mother got another guru who was Dutch. And I went to see him a couple of times. I didn't like him. And one day I was visiting, and the caretaker of this guru was visiting my mother. And I said, "Oh, I envy you a little bit because you have your guru in Amsterdam. You don't even have to go to India or anywhere. You can just go to satsang every Sunday."
Mm-hmm.
Now, well, there is this woman, she's coming to Denmark, and her name is Shanty Mayi, and why don't you go and check it out? By the time I would already be back in Denmark again, and so I checked it out, and that's 31 years ago. Yeah. And that was very intimate.
Yeah.
We were 30 people in a room, and I thought, I can't believe that this is really the real deal,
Yeah.
Because Osho was so big, and if you sit in the back, you could almost not see him. And here I was sitting with this woman who had a radiation of love and energy and freedom and everything I wished for. And she was I could touch her, Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
And I just wondered, like, is it different since you also shared about this time in like a normal band, so to speak? Is it different for you to sing in a context like this versus like singing in a more spiritual context?
Yeah, basically not, but I mean the content of like so-called normal music. I don't know. We always choose anyway kind of heartful music, but really powerful.
Yeah.
Like Mother's Finest, I don't know if you're very young, but it's like a funk rock band, really powerful.
Yeah.
I like that kind of music too. But yeah, to dive into, especially the last 31 years, because going to Pune is not really going to India.
Mm-hmm.
I made that situation for myself, but I mean most people were just kind of also raised not to like India because he was like that. Osho was a rebel.
Yeah.
A nasty guy sometimes, he didn't like. he didn't like malas, he didn't like japa, counting the beats. He didn't like murtis, he didn't like the gods of India. So we had this, I was very, very, very young, so I didn't look at the statues and what they had to tell me, or I didn't count the beats, because Osho said you might as well say Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola, So when I came to Shanty Mayi in India, it was an enormous shock, even though I had been living in India for 1 year, earlier on.
Yeah.
I was in India. I wanted to stay in India. So, but that was real India. That was rural, CSA, rural.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah, there was nothing. No restaurants, no hotels, no tourists, no backpackers, only sadhus and temples.
Wow.
And well, for me, it really, really took off, because I got the chance to grow with her.
Yeah.
We grew together, actually. She was very young guru. She had maybe giving satsang maybe for 2 years, 3 years. And there was no music. So I offered. Well, there was, but it was not so good. I mean, I don't want to judge it, but I mean, it takes something to carry 100 people. It just needs some kind of refinement, something. You need to be able to do that. I know you are. I've seen you at Shivaratri. It was so wonderful to see you.
Thank you so much.
And to hear you. Wow, it was really, you were solid. You were really.
Thank you. That means a lot to me. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, very sportive, and your last bhajan was also lovely. Lovely.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really special for me.
Yeah.
And I sing the Shiva mantras a lot, and it's every time.
Yeah.
Very special to connect with those mantras and like the energy and.
Yeah, because that's what we were and are doing there, and how we grew into the village also, because everybody knows us, and
in Tapovan.
Yeah, in Tapovan, they love me, and they know. They tell me what I'm gonna do, when I come. Immediately they tell me. Not so much now anymore, because now I'm 70. But when I was, a little over 40, I sometimes arrived in the village at 5 o'clock in the morning, and the priest comes running out of the temple and tells me that on this day you are going to sing for 4 hours. That's Shivaratri, of course. They were also longer than they are now. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you are. Yeah. And one time it happened that, because sometimes Shanty Mayi also has ideas, and they came sometimes also, very much concentrated, like in one very short period of time. So I am also a swami, a monk, a nun, you could, and so I do some ceremonies, pujas, together with the priests. Sometimes that happens, and in that year that happened that I had to do that for 9 days with the priests. And that ceremony would end on Shivaratri. And that would be the end ceremony on Shivaratri. On that same day, Shanty Mayi said, I would like to have a fire ceremony at 5 o'clock in the morning in the garden. So, and you are going to do it. So I did that, and together with Sava, one of my very, very dear friends. And so that was 5 o'clock until around 6:30, and then breakfast. And then I had to be with the priests to finish that big ceremony of 9 days. That took 2 hours. Then I had like 1-2 hours break, and then Shivaratri started.
Ah.
And that was 3 hours, 4 hours, singing and playing, and then a break again. And then at 11 o'clock in the evening, there was a final ceremony where I thought I could just sit and meditate and be quiet, but also in that I was tapped on the back and said, Premo, get your guitar and sing in the ceremony. Yeah. Yeah, she pushed me totally to the limit sometimes, but it was very wonderful. Yeah.
And how would you explain these ceremonies and rituals, like to someone who haven't experienced these kinds of ceremonies and rituals?
Yeah. It's you cannot, it's impossible to understand it with your brain.
Yeah.
Also because it's a completely, entirely different language, of course. Sanskrit, mostly. I also don't understand it, but by now I know hours and hours of Sanskrit frequency. We can read the translation. That's, of course, nice. It will never be explained, but yeah, just my advice is if anyone ever comes into that kind of situation is to just open your heart and let the frequency come in, because that's the frequency of the heart. Yeah. Sanskrit speaks from the heart and directly to the heart, from the heart to the heart. There is no barrier.
Yeah.
It is said that no other language does that.
Oh.
So that's why people also feel like healing powers in this language. And mantras are becoming, like the Gayatri mantra, becoming very, very powerful.
Yeah.
In people's lives, even though, and that goes beyond the translation. You can read the translation, okay, it means that, but when you chant the mantra, it's deeper.
No, I totally agree.
Yeah.
Oh. So in that way, I'm curious, like, when you look on your life and like how long you have been, also chanting those mantras, would you say they changed that changed something within you or with you?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Yes. Especially I don't have an easy body. I have some physical condition. Eczema is one of them, the basic one, which has been very, very bad for years. And so itching has been a very big part of my life.
Yeah.
And so Shanty Mayi helped me with that. I also went to Ayurvedic doctors in India, helped me also greatly with that. Ravi, very, very much. It was in 2017 where I went to the dentist and I got how do I call that? Almagan removed, which has some poison, like the black fillings, the black.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. And that was removed without protection. So
Oh.
that dust has been in the air. I have been breathing that dust. It was a big mistake. And I became very sick. And within days, Shanty Mayi was actually coming to Denmark, and I could not stay home. I could not say that, no, I'm not going because I'm sick. So I went there and I was sick and very, very sick. And I even didn't know how to live on in this body. It sounds a little rough, Mosque, but I really felt it like that. How can I live on in this body? It's so broken. I cannot enjoy my life anymore. So then I told this to Shanty Mayi, and she was upset and then she said, yeah, I understand that you say that. Your skin is the biggest organ in your body. If that is broken, that's serious. So and I have this condition from birth, but it was just flare-ups, up and down,
Yeah.
and now I was down, and normally you would kind of hide in my home, but it was not possible, because I had to be with her. So then she gave me on her birthday, exactly know the time when she did it, the 13th of September 2017, said, do you want to learn a very big stotra, 186 verses of the Guru Gita, and that means the song of the Guru. And she warned me, said it's very difficult, but if you want to, go ahead. So the days passed, and we went home. I went home, and I looked. I got the text, I got the music, and the lyrics, and I completely fell in love with it. And after I did it all day long, I learned it and learned it and learned it. It was very difficult. That was correct. But that didn't put me off at all. And after 6 months, my skin was completely cleared.
Wow.
There was no eczema left. And it actually never came back. Yeah, a little bit here, a little bit there, but not
Not to the extent it was
no.
before.
You would almost not recognize me. It would be completely like it. Sometimes it happens, but for a few days, not for months, and the whole body, yeah. So that worked. That gave me a focus that was so strong and a frequency that was constantly going through me, and the itching disappeared, and the blood on the sheets disappeared, and everything was just. I became very, very healthy. Amazing, huh? Yeah. And
Totally
after
amazing.
that, yeah, and I learned it by heart also. Yeah. And after that, more scriptures came. Like now I'm busy with a Mahashasura stotra. That is a Durga, 21 verses with wonderful rhythm. I mean, it's so poetical, it's so rhythmic, it's so... Yeah. Well, that way I can just continue on another 10 years. The only thing is that, many people have said, also astrologers and clairvoyants, that I need to come out more.
What does that mean?
Well, that means that, I will never perform, but share your heart with the people. That has been said. Also, just after Shanty Mayi died, by 2 different people in 10 minutes. And yeah, this I have hesitation because I feel good here, but it's very... I would not like to tour again. it's so, for the body, for my body, its elderly body, it's not so nice to sleep in different places. And even one concert would take me a week to get over physically. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah.
I mean, you say
okay.
I heard you say like you don't want to perform.
No.
So and what I hear in that is like that for you, there's a difference between like a concert or like singing in a ritual or in a sangha. Is that fair to say?
Yeah. Yeah, performance is something else. I mean, what I do is I just share my heart. Performers also do that, of course. I mean,
Yeah.
some do, some don't. Yeah, but it's always been a matter of my heart and never of. I had ambitions earlier in life,
Yeah.
but I never pulled it through. And well, one thing is actually very nice to tell is that I was in India and I was standing at a little temple next to Shanty Mayi's house with the black Ganesha elephant.
Hmm.
And Maharaji was there, her guru, and she was there. Nobody else was there. And I was standing on the platform and I thought, I don't want to be higher than them, not in physical also. So I come down here and I stand with two gurus alone, and he's talking to Shanty Mayi, and he says Premo is famous, and I was like, he knows my name. Wow. I mean, Premo is famous, okay. And then Shanty Mayi, like, she had these movements she made with very characteristic. She put
Characteristic. Yeah.
characteristic to finger to the mouth. Yeah, she was thinking about it like, and she said, "But I have her first." And that's my answer on performance, and ambition, and that and she picked me first.
Mhm.
I could easily have become, not easily, but I could have become a big voice in the world. I know that.
Yeah.
But this needed to be not disturbed, totally protected like a bubble.
Hmm.
Because the music business is very tricky.
I know, yeah.
So, and I also know, because in the very beginning I went to the United States with Shanty Mayi, and she really thought I would become famous. She wanted that for me. And she said, there is something for you in America. And there was nothing, actually. But I wanted to say something.
But maybe it was also finding out that this is not what you want or what's important for you.
Well, I mean, it would be nice, of course, to sing bhajans, and I also compose my own music,
Yeah.
which is English spoken mostly, and it would be nice to share that, and it would be nice also to earn a living with that, because I've always been cleaning to be able to play.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be able to travel.
Yeah.
Like that. Yeah.
So that was like your money job, cleaning houses or.
Yeah, cleaning houses. Yeah. Later I worked in nursing homes.
Okay.
In the very last 4 years I was activity worker. And that was good, because then I could sing for the people. Yeah.
Oh, beautiful to share that.
But what happened in America was that they were really setting up concerts for me everywhere, where Shanty Mayi gave satsang and I gave some concert in the same, and we traveled 6,000 kilometers together.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
Yeah, it was amazing. It was amazing. Yeah, Grand Canyon, all that, Las Vegas.
Yeah.
And so I had just produced a CD actually, and the concert manager had said, well, just take 500 CDs because they will be sold out. And so we did. I did. Import it into the United States, and it was really big, you know. But I sold 40 in that whole 6 weeks, 8 weeks we were there. Yeah. And it was presented to the record companies, and they didn't want to have me because they had Krishnadas. That Krishnadas would just started his musical career in that time, and they said
Interesting.
no. And they said no, we're not even going to listen to it because we have Krishnadas, and we're not going to take the risk. So, yeah. Otherwise, I would now live in America. No, thank you. Yeah.
It's a different time, right? Like with that time, the record companies were really like the gatekeepers of like the whole,
Yeah, you want to play it
record.
safe. They play it safe, and also, of course, Premal and Miten also they became. But you know, I was excluded from the Osho community when I came to Shanty Mayi, so that's also something that happened.
They would not accept that you have a new guru.
No.
Mm.
So, you know, I was the singer in Holland, at least, also a little bit for Germany. Not welcome anymore.
Wow.
For, you know, I could come and visit or something, but not give a concert, not give a musical sharing, no. Yeah, well, you know.
Well, that's something I've observed a lot in terms of how should I say that? Well, that it's even so it's connected, it's different. The spiritual world work and the work on like, let's say, triggers and reactions and old patterns. It's connected, but it's also separated. And I met quite a few people in like spiritual circles where I felt there are a lot of reactions happening, there are a lot of like projections happening, and a lot of like unresolved like trauma happening. On both like disciples and leader or guru side.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just very. I feel it's an important part also to take care of the human aspect and like our experiences here in this life or in this earth, and then through taking care of that and healing that, actually embodying spirit in a very different way. Yeah. So it makes sense. Or I can imagine that in that community, a lot of people felt triggered or like couldn't hold that you were following or connecting with another guru or another sangha or like jealousy maybe and all kinds of things.
Yeah, well, I think it was it was the organization itself that put that on.
Well,
yeah. So if you were not, if you were with Shanty Mayi, you were not welcome in Pune in the ashram.
Yeah, that's intense.
If you got a name from Shanty Mayi, you were not welcome. Yeah. Of course, I mean, if I would ask now, then it would be something else, I think, because everything was very edgy at that time. It exploded. It just, you know, it's not like Shanty Mayi died. I don't feel that totally shocking. I'm a lot older now, of course, also. people are kind to each other. There is no struggle. There is no,
Yeah.
you know, yeah, it's okay.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Earlier also you asked me if like how it would be to play a song in the recording. I think that would be an amazing idea. Would you still like to do that?
Yeah, I can do.
Yeah.
Okay. Om Bhurbuva Swaha Tatsavitur Vareniyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat. Om Bhurbuva Swaha Tatsavitur Vareniyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat. Om Bhurbuva Swaha Tatsavitur Vareniyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat. Om Bhurbuva Swaha Tatsavitur Vareniyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat. Om Bhurbuva Swaha Tatsavitur Vareniyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat. Om Bhurbuva Swaha Tatsavitur Vareniyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat. Om Bhurbuva Swaha Tatsavitur Vareniyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Naha Prachodayat. 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 Hey, Prachodayat. Prachodayat. Prachodayat.
Wonderful. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Oh, takes me directly back to India.
Yeah. Oh, are you going to India?
Not this year. No. Like our due date is beginning of April.
Oh, no, then you're not going anywhere.
No.
No, congratulations on forehand.
Thank you so much.
It's so
Yeah,
wonderful. Yeah.
it's really wonderful. Yeah. And I'm so happy that both me and Helena went last year.
Yes.
So,
Yeah, because I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the world situation will be. I'm not buying a ticket until much later.
yeah.
And I'm going one more time.
Wow.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
one more.
And
It
for
was
the Gayatri mantra, I just thought for people who are listening, if people who are listening want to know more about the mantra, I think Googling Gayatri mantra and Shanty Mayi is great because on her website is this beautiful explanation and
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
going
so,
deep into how special it is.
Yeah. And it was, I mean, she always made it clear that this, what I've just have been singing now, is not the Gayatri mantra. Because of the melody, it has the original Gayatri mantra. I could also just do that for a moment. Om Bhurvuvah Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. That is the original.
Wow.
There are many, but this is quite old. With the frequency. We came around here, the frequency. And when you sing it as a song, it's a song. It's a Gayatri mantra song.
It's true. I feel there's a difference in that, and also sometimes I hear like a let's say a mantra song, and I Google it to find like the written lyrics.
Yeah.
And then there's I don't know the name of the website right now, but website with a lot of Indian mantras, and then they have a recording of like how they would sing it in India with tablas and not with a guitar and like
exactly.
And it's it's not better or worse. It's just really different. It's beautiful to discover that actually. Yeah. Wonderful.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Premo, for your time and
you're so
and
welcome. It was really a joy to be with you.
Thank you so much for joining me on Inner Alchemy. If today's session resonated with you, consider sharing it with someone who might benefit. To explore more or work with me, you can visit my website, Stuby, Stuby.com, or you can find me also on Instagram as I am George Stuby. And until next time, may you stay present and embodied and in flow, and sending you much love.